Hello nail friends, and welcome back to another Honey Doll Nails video. So again today we're back with Spring Bling, and I'm going to bring you a beautiful set of nails that I came up with that we're calling Sweet Treats. But before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and while you're at it, hit that notification bell so that you may be notified of all future videos. So if you are new here, welcome. If you're coming back again, welcome. I would just like to thank all my new subscribers because I got a bunch of new subscribers in the last couple of weeks. Hello, welcome to the channel. I hope this channel is informative to you in some way. So we're going to start off with some of the things that I got from Amazon. So we're going to start out with the bling. Of course, it's all about the bling, right? So like I said before, if you do not know how to lay down embellishments, always look at your product. And you can see some samples down at the bottom of this product. You can copy that, you know, doesn't really matter. Or you can make it your own, like I'm always saying. Just try different things, lay different ones down. Do the offset, lay them to the side. This was a nice little box here. It came with a nice array of different sizes of AB crystals. Now, what does it mean to be an AB crystal? It basically means it's like rainbow reflection, okay? And it came with some trays. Of course, it came with a little pencil sharpener. It came with some pencils, you know. These pencils are used, you know, if you want to pick up the stones. For me, they don't do that well, but for some people, they love them. And of course, it came with some micro pixie crystals, which we love. Okay, so this set wasn't that much money. Definitely need to buy one or more than one box if you're really going to get into it. You could also just refill this box. Later on, you're going to see some extra stones that I purchased, and I'm going to throw them all into one box because it was just, you know, a box here and a box there. It can sometimes get tedious when you're moving around and you're doing nails for your clients, especially if you're doing house calls. Now, here are the gold crystals. Here are some. I have some on my nails. You can see how bright they are. I could not find the exact ones that I ordered here, but look, I found you one that's even better than that, okay? Put the top, okay? That has even more crystals in it. But it did come with two tweezers, and it came with a tool, of course. We love the hardware that it comes with. It comes in different sizes. Of course, you got the biggest to the smallest. Very nice. These are clear backs. Later on, I'm going to show you some that are black backs, but I did like the clear backs. They're very gold. If you like gold, you could definitely do a nugget nail with these. Maybe I'll do a nugget nail. Who knows? But all different shapes, all different sizes, you know, from the smallest to the largest, depending on what you're looking for. And it definitely gives you a delicate shine. Now, let's just talk about all the different kinds that you can get. Now, I had spoke to you about this before when you were shopping with me. If you have not seen that video, I will link it in the description box below. So now when it comes down to stuff like this, if you are going to do a full set of 20 nails, remember what I said, you would need more than one box because they only come 4 big embellishments at a time. But the embellishments are pretty big. But if your client wanted to get a whole set of 20 or a whole set of 10, say they wanted 2 sets of nails, they want a set that you do and they want a press on set, you would not have enough embellishments. They're pretty big. They're absolutely gorgeous. As you can see, they do come in AB, but they also did come in many different colors. Okay, so all of these stones that I'm bringing to you today that I have purchased, in the link in the description box below, they do have many different colors. So just say you don't like AB crystals or you want red. They had red, they had blue, they had green, they had gold, purple, orange, all the colors. But they do have like a concave back to them, which means that they will definitely be laying down on the nail really well. So you wouldn't have to worry about your client getting scratched up too much. But still, always remind your client that these nails are not smooth. Anytime you're putting a whole bunch of bling on a nail, if your client is wearing any type of crochet hair or weaving hair or braids during the summertime, the nails can get caught in the hair. Please be sure to tell your client the truth when it comes down to this, because you don't want them calling you while they're on vacation talking about one of their braids got messed up because, you know, they went to try to do something with the hair and their hands got caught in the nail. So, you know, just be aware of that, okay? So here we have a whole bag of our pixie crystals, because if you're going to really do nails, you're going to need more than one bag of crystals like this. So I normally put mine in like a little jar, and so I can sprinkle it easier. You know, out of this bag is okay, and dipping it with a spoon is okay. But if you can get like a cute little jar, you know, that just makes it look really pretty. These are the same crystals. They do come in clear and AB. So these are clear, as you can see, and they look different because the bag is white and the jar is clear. Okay, that's all. So we're moving on to the champagne colored ones. Aren't these beautiful? They really are. Most of these did come with hardware. As you can see, they come with the same thing, which means that you're going to end up with a whole bunch of pencils, maybe a whole bunch of other things, but you can always give those away, share with a friend if you think you have too much, or do like me, I save them for giveaways. Okay, now the stones that came inside of this pack looks just like all the regular stones that you would get inside of a pack. They're just a different color. And with these stones, of course, you have all the colors that it comes with, whether that's blue, green, yellow, purple, and even white. Okay, so just take your time and do your shopping the way that you want to, or you can stop this video and do your shopping, but always come back to it, okay? Because here on this channel, we like to share information when it comes down to getting a deal. You know, you want to start your nail business, you don't know how to draw. So if you don't know how to draw, you can always learn how to make shapes and different embellishments with your bling. So I think I'm definitely going to be doing some insects. You know, spring is coming. Oh, I want to say something else. Do not turn these boxes upside down and shake them unless you make sure they're absolutely secure, because that would just be a horrible mess. So here we have the colored ones, and today I'm going to be showing you how to do a design that I call sweet treats, and that is when you take the same color stones and you lay it on the same color gel that you have on the nail. I'm only going to be doing one nail because I don't want to be repetitious with you guys, but I'm going to show you how I picked them out. So here we are with the stones, and here we are with the prices. That wasn't that much. Now let's talk about glue for a second. This is B7000, just like E6000 from back in the days, but I guess they improved it. So if you're like me and you like to put bling on your sunglasses, you like to put bling on your pencils, your Stanley cups, your jackets, your shoes, or whatever you have around your house, even your mirrors, then you would need glue like this. This is the type of glue that you would need. And this glue came in the package. Okay, I didn't buy it separately, it came with it. Also, you can use Gorilla Glue if you are going to put them on the nail, but let me just say this, I would not use Gorilla Glue unless it's like a hot thick stone, or like these stones where they're a solid color all the way through, because you don't want to mess up the shine. The whole part of Spring Bling is to make sure that the nails that you do shine in so hard, okay? Right? Everybody likes bling up nails, bling up toes, okay? But you don't want to mess up the shine by getting glue on the top of the stone. So what I do is, after I have polished my nail, the color that I'm going to polish it, then I top coat it. I top coat it with either matte top coat or shiny top coat, which one I'm going to use. And then once I put my glue down carefully and intentionally in certain spots and put my bling down and put it inside the lamp, I don't have to do anything else to it. I don't have to retop coat it, none of that. Once you put that bling on there and set it, it's done. is done. Okay, so let me open up these boxes so we can see what we're talking about here. Look at all these stones. Now this particular box, the stones came in 2 different sizes. That first little box, I think was just 5 millimeters. I think these are 4 and 3s. Look at how beautiful they are. Now at the top on the right, you see the gold ones I had, right? Underneath that is gold with black backs. So it will give you a totally different look each time. All right, but I'm gonna carefully pick this up because I don't want to make a mess. But the stones were so inexpensive. You can just stock up on this, honey, and then you can make all the bling nails you want to, and you can sell those nails and make lots and lots of money. You can just look at the colors and look how beautiful they are. Now they did have boxes that were just blue. They had boxes that were just green. But for me, I like multi boxes. They even have the darks, as you can see, and the lights. And then of course you have the neon colors at the top, the brights at the top, and then the blues and the purples at the bottom. Yes, so beautiful. I really enjoyed doing this set of nails that I'm about to show you in a few minutes, but we're going to start out with hot pink. So here are the nails. I have laid them out here. Like I said, I'm only going to do the first one because it's repetitious. I'm going to show you how to do this design. It's just straight candy stripe, like a candy cane, but you're going to do it with stones, okay? Now, before we get started, I am going to use my file and just go straight down to get those funky edges off because I forgot to do that, so please excuse me. All right, please excuse me because I realized I didn't do it and it's not gonna look good when you take your pictures. Okay, so I had already put my top coat on these nails. I would not file the tips unless I had put top coat on the nails, because if not, you're gonna get a whole bunch of dust and that's just gonna be horrible all the way. Okay, we want to work smarter, not harder. All right, so I hope that information was good for you. I had to learn that the hard way after doing nails for so many years. I'm like, where's this dust coming from? That's because you did it backwards. So like I said, put your top coat on the nail and dry it in the lamp and make sure that it's dry completely. And then you can file the tips off if you want to. All right. So now what I ended up doing, I'm going to show you what I did. I am going to take these nails and I'm going to lay them up against and see which ones almost like blended really, really well. So whichever one's blended good, like this one and this one, because I like the way that looked a little bit. And then this one, and you have the pinks, and then you have the orange. You see what I'm saying? I ended up changing that though, because I wanted it to be exact, and you'll see in the photo. So now, before we get started, I like this little tray. Now you see this tray? I love this tray. It's better than the other ones because it actually separated out the stones a little better. So I have the real big ones down at the bottom, and then the other ones are up at the top. This is the glue that I'm using. Now, let me tell you something about this glue. This glue is okay, but it's runny. Even though it has like a little thing in the inside of it, you know, that keeps it from dripping everywhere. So when you are putting the glue on the nails, it's not a very runny glue, but I would say from 1 to 5, it's like a 3. It's not a 5 like it's stiff. This is like a 3. So if you're going to use it for a circle, I would suggest that you layer your circle up. Otherwise it will get runny. If you're going to go up and down to get some type of gold situation going, I would suggest that, you know, you do it a layer at a time. So I'm going to take a little bit and then I'm going to do like a pencil. I'm going to draw it out. So I'm going from corner to corner. I'm just pushing a little bit out of it and then I'm pulling the rest. When I tried it, when I first got it to you know, try a little bit of it to see how it was going to react, it was just so runny. I was like, oh wow, if you're really going to do it precise, then I would suggest that you squeeze it into something, and like a pod or something like that, and then take a very thin striping brush and then lay it across that way. That way it'll be more precise if you were rubbing on chrome. Okay, but we know for stones, we need enough up there so the stones don't fall off, okay? So what you want to do now is you want to take the largest stones. I'm always saying that. Take the largest ones first. So I'm going to lay up my large ones. I'm going to lay them in a row right underneath each other. Space them out. That looks pretty good to me. And at the top, I'm going to go for the next smallest one. So at the top, I'm not going to use these big ones like I used those three. Then I'm going to go too small on the side of each one. And then later you're going to see me grab some AV crystals to fill in the other spaces. Now I did this with every nail. I didn't change the technique. This is just my technique. Now, if you want to really do something spectacular, you could take your striping brush and in between what I just did, you could do a slim line and then rub some gold metallic on it, rub some pink metallic on it, rub some white, or just do a white stripe, do a black stripe with your striping brush. This is a design that you can just make it your own. You know, I was like, okay, let me just do it so it looks not Christmassy, but candy stripe looking. But I wanted to do it with the stones. Now, the stones are looking see-through right now, but once we go outside into the light and I take the picture for the reveal, you're going to see exactly how beautiful these nails are. So let me know down in the description box below if you have tried this technique before. So you asked me, where did I get this technique from? Well, I do a lot of Pinterest scrolling. And while I was scrolling on Pinterest one night, I came across a photo like this, but it was white nails with, I think it was silver stones. And I said, oh, I like that. But you know me, want to make it my own. So I said, you know what? Let's just do like colors. So I'm doing pink with pink stones, and then I'm going to do red with red stones, orange with orange stones, and go down the list like that. Now you could also not make them so spaced out, because I have mine's a little bit spaced out. You might not like that. You might want to go in between and do another line or another line. But the whole thing about it is, when I did this, was to make it look like candy, to make it look edible, to make it look delicious looking, you know, kind of, sort of. Anyway, it was just what I was thinking in my mind. It's just so beautiful, right? I just love the way it looks. Another reason why I suggest you get these stones is because of the shimmer. They all have a shimmer to them. Don't you just love that? So it's not just a pink stone, you know, it's a shimmer pink stone. Just so cute. Just so cute. So I'm just going to line them up. You know, I'm just going to make sure that they're lined up and everything is good and nothing is touching the cuticle and nothing's falling off the edges before I stick it underneath the lamp. It's just so beautiful. I really enjoy doing this. And probably, I'm thinking about like doing a black pair, you know, doing a green pair, you know, even if you did a white pair. Oh, that would just look so beautiful. A gold pair. We can go on and on. Or you could even do a rainbow. You could do a rainbow, like the big stone could be a different color and then the other stones could be picked. Look at this reveal. Isn't it gorgeous? I just loved it. When I took it outside in the sun, I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Sweet treats. How cute is this? How cute is this? Let me know if you would wear this. Let me know what color you like. I did a little video, so let me show you that. But I really did enjoy doing this. And it didn't take me any time to do it. Really. It really did not. Look how beautiful that is in the light. Look at it twinkling. That's why we like bling, right? Because it twinkles in the sun. So this is the end of this video. Thank you, nail friends, for tuning in. And until I talk to you again, have a wonderful and blessed day.